Hey, hey, hey. Whoa. Welcome to the show. See ya, guys. This is the post game show for today, the Sunday post game show. And of course, with me, I have Miss Melina, my very, very good friend, and my partner too on this show too. She helps me. You can say a consultant or something like that for me, but she's also my friend too. Miss Melina, you're welcome to the show.
Hi, Tony. Hi, Wilson. Thank you for having me on the show
Hello.
today. It's a pleasure to
Yeah.
be here after 8 points clear, a massive victory against Tottenham. So let's get right into the show.
Yeah, guys, and again, I have a big friend. Yeah. You guys just had a little bit of a taste of what he can give to you, on a good day on the
Mm.
show. And of course, I'm here with Wilson Ihuane. Wilson Ihuane, you're welcome to the show, my brother.
Hello, I'm doing good, guys. I'm absolutely buzzing right now. I
Mm.
mean, the fact is, North London is officially red. It's red.
Over.
We're
It's
eight
red,
points
guys.
clear of the chasing pack. What have these doubters got to say now?
What
Nothing.
do they have to say, guys? See, this is just simple and easy. Miss Melina Wilson, let's take the
Mm.
time. Let's just relax. Let's just take it easy and just let's just take it easy and just
We don't
have a
have
good
time to
Mm.
breather.
rest. No, we don't have time to rest. The boys have to train. The boys have to train tomorrow. We have a big game against Manchester United at home. No time to sleep, no time to rest. We have a
Mm,
league to win. And we
mm,
need to really be up for that game as well. So
It's a
so
yeah,
massive game, and we
yes,
all know
it's a
it.
massive one. It's a
yes.
massive one. See, yeah. Before we start this stuff, we're gonna mix it with a little bit of transfer talk and stuff like that.
Mm.
See, yeah, Miss Melina, just before this, not London Derby, just before this, not London Derby. Am I wrong calling you Miss Melina?
No. I'm saying oh no because I know what you're going to talk about, and yes, we have to talk about it. So there's a
Okay.
certain kid.
I was afraid when she did like this. I was like, oh my god, what have
No,
I
Oh.
no,
done wrong?
no, 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 no. Go ahead, Tony.
Hey, Glasgow Red Charts, thanks for coming to the show, my brother, my brother. Thank you very much.
Mm.
And of course, the Assemble, thank you for joining me here because I didn't really have time to actually post this link. So it's nice you guys could just pop in just without prior notice. See, Miss Melina, it's this Mudryk issue. Yesterday,
Mm.
I did a watch along for the Manchester City Manchester United derby that went on yesterday. And then I just decided to just go to sleep, at least for some hours, so that I could, recalibrate and get, a little bit of a breather. Waking up, the first person's status I was seeing was Miss Melina. And I was seeing Modric to Chelsea, and I was like, oh my God, why does it have to be the best people to me in the world that would have to break the bad news to me? And I'm
Oh
like, oh God.
man.
See, yeah, and I just woke up from sleep and I was like,
Oh my gosh.
what is
Oh my god.
I
Are you
was like, what
serious?
is I'm serious, my brother. I was like,
What a
Oh
what the
wake up
hell is
man.
call.
going on? And I'm telling you. And then I had to start,
Mm.
scampering and checking. And to my surprise, Chelsea Football Club
Oh
flew
no.
their guy, their chief negotiator, down to Poland in a private jet, did the deal. In fact, you know what? Yeah, all those ones, this journalist have been writing that Chelsea have been no. They started it just yesterday. Just yesterday, they took that flight, went to Poland, bam, 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 tap, tap, boom, and finished the deal. It's all
They
done. And
they done us
whatever they told,
twice.
I'm telling you, whatever they told that guy, it was pure magic. What I heard that they would double his salary, the one that Arsenal is presented to him, that they would give him more. I heard that they were gonna give lots of incentives to whomever tidied up the deal for them. I heard that they were also going to give Shakhtar Donetsk 70 million pounds plus 35 million in add-ons guaranteed, and that they were gonna put
Wow.
up front up to nearly 50 million pounds up front. And trust me, Shakhtar
Oh
Donetsk is an
man.
Ukrainian club, of course. They need all that money right now in cash. They do need, of course, Arsenal's negotiation skills. They will tell you maybe in 10 years or in 5 years we'll pay your 85 million pounds. But you know what? Yeah, Miss Melina, how do you feel about that? Mudryk to Chelsea. And again, seeing him running around Stamford Bridge today, shamelessly, forgotten that
Mm,
he kind of like broke
mm,
the hearts
mm.
of lots of fans, the Arsenal faithfuls. What do you say? What came to your
Oh
mind when you saw
man.
that Chelsea thing? And do you think Arsenal had a good response today? There?
Tony, brilliant question. Very well put out there. And, Arsenal have wanted this Mudryk since last summer. We bid 40 million for him, and at that time, the player was already valued over 40 million. He has 9 league goals so far in the Eredivisie for his league. And Shakhtar Donetsk are in a situation where they can't even play in their own stadium because of the political situation in their country.
Yeah, down there.
In
Yeah.
regards to the player was excessively twerking for us to a point where he would have announced his own signing to Arsenal if it had happened.
Oh
With that
man.
being said, I have been an Arsenal fan since I was a kid. There was many players who we could have got, we should have got, we would have got, and we just couldn't get it over the line. Now that I've calmed down and that I think about it, maybe the player was not over convincing for the price tag in terms of, is he really worth all that money? Yes, it's easy to say it's not our money, we should put the money down, but is that player going to be like a light up impact in the team right away, or is he going to take time
Yeah.
to get the ground running? Assembled has a comment in the chat here that I want to add to my analysis, and he says, it's the way Arsenal fell off that worries me. I agree 100%. And the reason I'm saying there's a concern here is because we spent 2 weeks of the transfer window and the summer scouting this player, doing the homework for this player, making 3 bids only for Chelsea Football Club, our direct rivals, to scruff him up under our nose. Within the same week, we lost the Portuguese kid to the same club. Let me put this into perspective. It's like you have a girlfriend, you really like her, she cheats on you, you give her another chance,
Man.
and she cheats on you again with the same guy.
It's embarrassing, man. It's
It's
embarrassing.
embarrassing.
Twice.
Now that I've calmed down, today's response, Tony's second part of the question, today's response, you know what? I forgot who Mudryk is. I've forgotten who he is, and we just need to move on to other possible targets this window, whether it's Rafinha, whether it's Ferran Torres, or whether it could be a Leroy Sané. I don't know what Arsenal will pull out of the bag, but we still have 15 days left of the window as we speak. So I'm not going to press the panic button until we get to the deadline day. So yeah, Tony, very well asked question. A great way to start the stream.
See, of course, Wilson, my guy, I do respect your analysis. Of course, you'll be coming to the channel to have your own say most of the time. But I want to holistically answer this because I already know where you stand. You don't want to go against Edu. But again, just like the assembled said, the way see here, there's a way to drop off. Even Miss Melina, I spoke to you when that news broke, and you were livid, you were pissed with it because I do share the same affinity with you and the same connection with you about Arsenal's. See, we've been through this lots and lots of times. There are lots of players that should have graced this Arsenal Football Club that we don't have till now, and it's disgraceful. But again, Wilson, I already know where you stand in this, debate about Edu or not Edu. Good, but that's not really the topic. How did we just drop off from this transfer? How did we allow Chelsea come not just once, not just once, bro? Twice.
Twice.
Bro, it's like we're doing scouting for these guys, and these guys are just coming and say, "Oh, Arsenal, thank you very much. You guys are nut jobs." And just go and just take all our transfers.
I
What is
mean,
going on here? We do
I,
the
I, I mean,
scouting, they come and take it from us. What's going on here? Wilson,
I mean,
tell us what the hell is going on?
I tell you what, I've got a lot of things to say because the moment that I heard that Chelsea were going to hijack Mudryk, I was absolutely gobsmacked. I was gobsmacked, shocked, fuming. Like, this is not the first time we got hijacked by Chelsea this month. It's twice. Like, this is a
Twice.
team. This is the team who are in 10th. And they hijacked 2 deals away from us, man. It's embarrassing, man. I was fuming about it, but when I'm sorry, I've started my rant, but it really gets
No,
my head
bro,
in.
you can rant, bro.
You know what I mean?
You rant, bro. You deserve it. Sometimes we do need that outlet to just vet. But again, we can do it constructively, not just like tearing down the club and say the club is
Yeah,
shit and everything is shit. But again, because the club is not shit, it's a football club that we love, and we want the club to win. That's it. That's why we're fans of the
yeah.
club in the first place. That's why we should back the club. But again, there's some things that needs constructive talk, constructive dialogue. We can talk about these
Yeah.
things constructively rather than tearing down the club. But again, man, continue.
It,
We're
it,
saying
it,
something
it, it,
about it.
it, it- I mean, for me, to lose one target to Chelsea, that's bad. But to do us twice, what does that's embarrassing. That's embarrassing, man.
Shocking.
Some of my Chelsea friends were laughing at me earlier today. Well, they're not laughing now because we're still top of the league for a reason. But in terms of a transfer front, we
It was
are.
nice that it
Hang
was
on.
nice that you could just nick that one in, right?
Yeah, I know, I know. I can't resist it, I know. But remember what happened. Remember what happened last January. Melina will know this. You will know this, Tony. We had the
Mm,
chance to strengthen last January. We did not get anybody, and it cost us top 4. And I'll say it again. I said this on Lucas' stream yesterday. I'll say it here right now. We have to learn from our mistakes. If we don't,
true.
we're going to fall short again. It's as simple as that. And as Melina said, we got to get alternative targets. There's Trossard, there's Zaha, there's Rafinha, there's Ferran Torres. There's players out there. It's not just about spending the money. It's about getting the
Hmm.
put. It's about getting the what's it called, the right players that fit your system. And
That
everybody
fit your
knows
system exactly.
Yes.
fit the system, and everybody knows our midfield needs to be strengthened, especially. Don't get me wrong, Partey and Granit Xhaka have been absolutely brilliant this season. My worry is as soon as one of them or both of them get injured or suspended or whatever,
Oh my
I mean, the gap between the first two and the other two midfielders is too big. We need midfielders who can cover for those two mainly. And secondly, we need some reinforcements in the striker position. What if Eddie gets injured? We're doomed.
God.
And our
Exactly.
wingers,
We're
we
doomed.
need depth as well to help Saka out. Because what if he gets injured? Come on, man. I mean, we need to
Hmm.
strengthen big time. Because if we don't, there'll be a massive meltdown. And I don't want that.
Yeah, of course. And see, you guys know when the fans get into a meltdown, the
Oh
Emirates
man.
turns dry, and
Oh
you know
man.
what our home advantage has been for us this. If that happens, we'll, we'll be in soup. But you know what? Yeah, Miss Melina. Still, we had a good response. I'll come back to the response because it's a post game show. But again, let's just tidy up this transfers. This same question will also go to you, Wilson, my brother.
Right.
Miss Melina, what has happened to Mudryk has happened, right? Good and okay. We
Correct.
got a win today. It
Mm.
has somehow kind of like taken that whole pain and that grievance away a little bit.
Yes.
Tomorrow morning we'll see what top, and we will still hurt about this anyway. In some cases, if we see him being paraded around Chelsea Football Club, probably maybe on Monday, tomorrow, we'll be seeing pictures coming out from Chelsea Football Club. But right now, let's take a cue away from that right now. Miss Melina, do you think moving for a player in the Premiership to come as a replacement, at least we should be having a transfer plan. And part of having a
Yes.
transfer plan is to have different plan A, plan B. You cannot tell me that you were going for Mudryk and you never believed that something along the way might happen. Of course, when he's 100 million player, you know that there's something that might go wrong. You might not meet up with the evaluation the club have set for the player. You might not meet the player's demands. So there should be a plan B. Miss Melina, do you think Arsenal Football Club have a plan B? And again, who do you think we should go into that market right now to buy? I'll give you some names right now. Trossard, he had a problem with De Zerbi. Probably maybe disciplinary issues or so. He left for Belgium. His representatives came out and said, you know what? Our client, Leandro Trossard, wouldn't be signing a new contract at Brighton Football Club. Problem there. They don't
Tony,
believe in him, and he's lost faith in the club. Or do you think we should just easily, who came in there just this past summer? Do you think we should go there and get that guy? Get Miss.
Tony, sorry, I
Who
don't
do you
know if
think we
it's
should
my
get?
connection. I don't know if it's my connection or your Wi-Fi, but I was having trouble getting the whole message. But I understood the point you were asking. Who do we think we should go for as a plan B, as
Yeah.
an alternative, and which name is convincing?
Yeah, exactly.
For me, Trossard is a great pick, but also I know it's not as enticing and not as convincing, and maybe his age might be off-putting, but he is a fox in the box. He is Premier League experience, and yes, it's not as exciting as Mudryk, but Wilfred Zaha. If it means a 6-month deal to take us to the title, that might be the answer. Or someone like Trossard. Rafinha, I don't know. Should we go back in for someone like that? Should we try Leroy Sané? I just don't think Leroy Sané or Rafael Leao are it's big money. And although now I know we have 95 million because we bid 95 million for Mudryk and it didn't happen. Rafael Leao is a big name player. No way would they let him go just like that. And the other guy, I said this Rafinha thing. I don't think we should go back to the same stick that broke our back before. He didn't like our project before. He wanted to go to Barcelona. So I don't know. Should we go back there? Trossard, I wouldn't mind. I think he is a good player. Even someone like Mitoma from Brighton looks great, and looks like he could be very impactful. But I really hope Arsenal have a plan B, a plan C, and in the next 15 days, stop dilly-dallying and go after the people you want. Whether it is Ferran Torres, the thing that's putting me off a bit personally with Ferran Torres is, would he want to come to London? Will it be like a Lucas Torreira situation where he doesn't feel at home in London?
Exactly, in London. That's
because
a big one.
He
That's a big one.
He is an ex-Man City player, so.
Yeah, exactly. I'm also hearing Zaha in some quarters. Do you think we should remove all shame? See, we're going for the goddamn title. We're going for a title, Miss Melina.
We need
There's no
anyone we
shame.
can use.
Do you think we can just go in there and give these guys 10 million and get Zaha and win the title? Because there's no shame.
Honestly,
Do you think that?
That's what I think. Like, although Zaha is not as enticing and exciting as a Mudryk transfer would be, but Zaha is Premiership proven. You can't tell me he's not. I mean, if it comes down to it, yes, I will take Zaha. If it means us winning the title, hell yeah, I'll take it.
Exactly. Wilson, yeah, I would have loved to ask you the same question as Melina, but I'll go into something different with you. Arsenal is in that transfer window right now. You've seen what happened to this Mudryk deal. But you know what? You know the problems with going for a player that you want in your plan A, right? This is the problem, and this is the question. Mudryk cost market price 80, 90 million, 100 million player, And it was said that Arsenal bid for this guy up to nearly 70 million pounds. Now, we did not get that signing. Good and okay. This is the problem. In the transfer market, everyone, all these clubs all know that Arsenal have 70 million in their kitty right now. They know that
Everyone
Arsenal
knows it.
have 70 million to actually give for that Mudryk deal. So now everyone is aware that Arsenal have the money. That's the disadvantage of not getting this type of deals done. When you go head on into these deals that require big amount of money, you need to go in and conquer it. Because if you don't get it, other clubs will perceive it that you have the money and they'll want to
Yep.
fizzle you off any panic transfers you would want to make. So now, do you think other clubs will be like licking their lips and say, you know what, Arsenal, bring that 70 million pounds that you wanted to spend on Mudryk and bring it up to us? We need that kind of money. What do you think?
Oh, possibly because other clubs probably will know that Arsenal have got the money. But the only difference is we're in the middle of January. We still got time. But as I said, if I was the Arsenal board right now, they need to get their finger out. They need to get their finger out, strengthen the positions we need. Stop wasting time now. Pick yourselves up and get moving. Because if we don't get anybody, we all know what happened last season. We're going to fall short again. Simple as that, really.
But who can we get without them trying to cheaters trying to overblock the prices of these players? Who is that person we can get and talk to right now that will be at market price, Arsenal market price,
yeah,
basically.
there's a few names that I can think of. Who's that guy? Trossard. He's Premier League proven. He's a decent player. He's like the fox in the box, like what Melina said.
Exactly.
Zaha's another option. He's Premier League proven as well. He caused a lot of teams a lot of problems with his pace.
True.
There's Ferran Torres. There's Rafinha. Leroy. I mean, I don't know about Leroy Sane. I don't think Bayern are going to sell him in January. Let's be honest, not a chance. But
They said they can sell him if they receive a ridiculous offer. So a ridiculous
really?
offer can be seen like, yeah, they said that.
All right.
If they
Okay.
see something like 60 million, 50 million, they can. But for Sane's age, is that okay to give
It's
away
mad. It's
60
mad.
million? It's
But
mad. For Rafinha, Barcelona are mulling over a 55 million pound target for him because he just came in from Leeds and they pay big money for him.
uh,
So
you know,
whatever the
and
alternatives, we're
Barcelona.
still screwed at the end of the day.
It's not. It's not an ideal situation. It's not ideal. But as I said, if I had to pick two players, two players I'm picking, I would pick probably. This is hard. I'll go for Trossard. That's one of them. I'll
Trossard,
only
yeah.
consider Trossard because he's Premier League proven. He's a different option. He's like a different striker to what we have, and he's Premier League proven. And secondly, the only winger I'm considering. I mean, there's a few wingers. Actually, got two choices. My first choice as a winger is Rafinha. If we can't get him, I have to consider to go for Zaha. I know he's 28, 29, but he's Premier League proven. Sometimes you got to mix things up. You got to mix things up. Having a good blend of having young players and experienced players. If we brought Zaha in, I can guarantee you he's going to help some of the young wingers. He's going to make them better. He'll make them better. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like performance wise, you know what I mean?
Performance wise, yeah, I get that.
It's a tough
I
one, but
get
in
that.
terms of And in terms of midfield, there's a couple of names I can think of. I mean, there's a
Okay.
few. There's a few that I've been thinking for quite a while. There's who's that guy from Lazio? Savage. Savage is another
Milinkovic
one.
Savic.
Milinkovic
Look
Savic,
at
Milinkovic
Savage.
Savic. Me and Miss
There's
Melina, we talked about that in our
yeah.
former transfer window show that we did in our channel. Yeah, continue, Wilson.
You and also secondly, Yuri Tillemans. He's another one. Yuri Tillemans. And there's a guy that I've heard rumors we could be getting this midfielder in the summer, which is Declan Rice. Declan Rice. He's
Mm.
going to cost a lot of
But
money.
West
West
Ham
Ham,
will not release him for January
then
because we're
they're not
talking
going to
of
sell him. No
January,
chance.
bro. We're talking of January right now.
I know.
We're
I
not
know.
talking of summer. We need these
I know.
guys
I
right
know.
now. We need
If
mercenaries. See, I don't know what realm we are living in, but we need those mercenaries right now.
because
Now.
we got the best chance to win the league. We need them right
That's
now.
what I'm
You know what I
saying.
mean?
We
If I
need
had
it
to
right
be,
now.
if I had to be realistic, I think Yuri Tillemans is doable. He's doable because he's going to be. I think Yuri
Miss
Tillemans
Melina,
is
do you
doable.
like Miss Melina? Do you like Tillerman? Uh,
I
not
mean,
kind of
No,
what
I
his
think
guy.
top quality?
that
No.
ship
It's,
has sailed. But Wilson,
it's
I understand why you favor him because he can play anywhere down that line. He's a very versatile player. However, I feel personally that ship has long sailed. The player is free in the summer, as you know. He's no longer going to be in contract. But the name
Yeah,
before Yuri Tillemans that you mentioned, a certain
Savage,
English player,
Declan
um,
Rice.
Declan Rice. Oh my gosh, I would build a house for him to come to Arsenal. I would pack his
Miss Melina
plane.
would
I
love
would pack his
a guy.
bags,
I know
his
your kind
Oh,
of
plane
guy.
tickets.
she adores him. She adores
She
I'm
Declan
gonna
Rice.
adores
I
yes,
mean,
him.
I,
I know
I I
your
yes,
mean,
kind of
I mean, I
guys.
mean,
father.
you adore that. I mean, imagine if Declan
Okay.
Rice would be in Arsenal right now.
You said you will
Melina
build
will
him a
love him.
house. We're guys here, and no one is talking of building a house for us.
Oh my
Come
God,
on, of course.
Melina.
We have to let our
Tony.
feelings
And you know
hurt.
what? You
Come
know
on,
what,
Miss Melly.
Tony? The thing with Declan Rice, why I love him so much, is not because he's English. The reason I love him so
Mm,
much is he can play three positions. He's very versatile player. He can play cam, he
yeah.
can play CM, and he can also play. I think he can also play DM position, if I'm not mistaken. But he's very versatile player. And if we are able to steal Declan Rice, who is a Cobham Academy boy, although he wasn't necessarily, it's alleged that he wasn't necessarily treated right at Chelsea. If we are able to get him, he can play center back as well. So that's another position. The
I never knew that.
versatility, the
Yeah.
versatility he has is something I really love, and I think Arteta. You know, Tony, you mentioned it after the West Ham game. That hug was something special.
Yeah.
So I'm
Yeah.
hopeful. And you know what? If West Ham get relegated, the price tag would be incredibly cheap. But I don't think that will happen. We can all dream for
I
that.
don't think that will happen. I don't
But
think that will
No.
happen.
Declan Rice is a baller, and I think if he
He's a
was
baller, yeah.
Brazilian or a Brazilian name player, he would get a lot more respect from the certain English fans. But
I
my
believe so.
opinion,
Mm.
I love him so much. I think he's a quality player, and I think he would be incredible in our midfield.
Oh man, he'll be
See,
brilliant.
yeah, Miss Melina and Wilson. Wilson, you brought in that name, Euro Tillemans. Is he a good player? Yes. Do you know why I will not take such a player at Arsenal? Because we have those kind of players at Arsenal. And again, because we
Mm.
see, mind you, Smith Rowe just came back from injury.
Yeah,
You
that's
know
true.
that,
That's
right?
true.
He still
Yeah,
has to
I
play.
know
And
that.
is still a
Yeah.
very, very good player. And he just had surgery to just totally just get rid of that injury, not reoccurring injury. So I
Mm.
have this feeling that from now on, he's going to be very, very fit. Of course, he was fit enough to come into the North London Derby today at the dying
Yep.
minutes of the game. But again, I have a problem with overly cute players like
Oh.
Tillemans. I need an ugly looking defensive midfielder that plays in the midfield. Tall, brutish looking. angry. You see the fairy and you see the fire in his eyes and, very angry. Those are the kind of players I want to see. And you mentioned that person, Milinkovic Savic. He's not
Oh
ugly,
yeah.
but he's a brute. He's built in a
Mm.
brutish manner that any player that dares to cross him, even in Lazio, I watched some of Lazio's game. He's a no-nonsense taking kind of midfielder. He plays in everywhere, anywhere around the midfield you want to employ him at. He's ready. Defensive midfield is there. If you want him to play a little bit behind the striker, he can do that. If you want him to play as a central midfielder, the way Zaka has been employed now this season, he can go that route too. But one thing with him is that he's hard tackle. He can battle you man for man, and
He's a
people genuinely
monster.
fear.
He's a
He's a
monster.
monster. It's a beast. But does Tillemans have that kind of? Does he have that kind of? Do you perceive a brute from Tillemans? No, it's just a cute
Not
guy.
really.
And I don't
No.
want cute guys in. No, no, no.
Not
I don't want
really.
that. I don't want someone
No.
like Mason Mount that will come in and be, thinking as if the field is like a designer spot where you could be doing catwalks or things like that. I don't want that. Miss Melina goes for, she's a model, she does things like that. So I'm not up for that I'm not up for that for your Tillerman to come and be looking at the
We
mirror
need
in the
monsters
middle
in
of
our
the park.
team.
We
We
need
need monsters
see,
in our team. We
see,
can't afford to be
it's
bullied
simple. Look at
anymore.
Thomas Partey. Look at Thomas Partey. He's not the cutest guy
He's a
in the
beast.
in the
He's a
field, but he's a
beast.
beast. He knows how to play. He knows how to get the
He's
ball
a
in and about
midfield
the
general.
midfield. He knows exactly is that marshal you need.
Exactly.
People genuinely are scared of him when they come in front of him.
Because he provided
That's the kind of
control in our
fear I want these
midfield.
players to have. Exactly. Is that kind of enforcer. And again, but to be fair with Yuri Tillemans, he's a very good player. And again, he could, take all this type of shots from the midfield, impromptu shots. He scored some bolters this season with Leicester City. But again, he's not that. He's that kind of guy that they even change him even before the 90 minutes ends. Look at Granit
Mm.
Xhaka. You can't afford to change Granit Xhaka. He plays 90 minutes. And that's one of the criticisms that people don't actually give him his flowers for. This guy plays
Mm.
90 minutes full time for
Every
Arsenal. That's a
time.
big deal. Exactly. Someone like Euro Tillemans, they have to change him sparingly. He had to come off maybe at the 70th minute or sometimes in the 60 something minute if he's not really in the game. But someone like Granit Xhaka, he plays the whole game. Someone like Milinkovic Savic, he plays the whole game. If you take him out, your midfield is cut off. And again, there's a player we're not looking at in that middle of the park. And I don't know why Arsenal haven't gone for this guy. McAllister, the Argentine.
Oh, Brighton.
Oh, McAllister. That's another one. That's another one. He was
It's
immense in
another
the
one,
World
right?
Cup.
Yeah, he had
He
a
was
very good
immense in the
World Cup.
World Cup. It's not just about the.
You
It's
know,
not just about the creativity. It's the work rate. It's the work rate he
Very good
provided.
point, Wilson.
That's what we need in our midfield as well. Like work rate. That's what Arteta is looking for. That's what he's looking for.
but
And
why are they not going for him? Because is that
I'm
kind
not
of
too sure
legitimate
why.
guy that can come into the midfield
Oh, Tony,
and
come
create
on.
stuff?
Brighton are so hard to do business with. But you know what? Now we know we have 95 million. We shouldn't be cheap.
But we
We
got
have.
We
White.
shouldn't
If
be
they are
scared. We
difficult, we
should not
got
be
White.
scared.
But we got
That's very
White.
true.
No,
That's
Miss
very
Melina,
true.
but
He
we
came
got
from
White.
there.
We got
Yeah.
White from Brighton. And for very cheap for an English international.
Yes.
Very
50
cheap.
million.
50 million is
50
cheap for an
million.
English player. Yeah.
Yes.
Very cheap. Market price. Cheap for an English player. An English player, of course, you can see what they're demanding for Bellingham. 120
Oh,
100,
million.
100
man.
plus
That's
Oh
mad.
million.
my God.
But you know
I
what?
mean,
Oh my God. Yeah, Miss Melina, you were saying
No,
something.
I'm just thinking, do you guys think we will sign anyone? Have you got to the point where maybe you're doubting yourself that
Miss
we won't
Melina's
sign
face.
anyone?
Oh God. When
to
we're
be.
talking of
Oh, man.
Wilson, when we're talking of transfers, this is the thing that gets me and Miss Melina, that's the only part that we're not just really happy about.
Yeah.
I know. I feel your pain, guys. I'm in much pain as you two. But the thing is, we do.
Oh, I think Tony froze.
I think
Hopefully he
Tony
comes
froze.
back.
I thought that was my connection or something, but I'm
Yeah, I
okay.
think he froze. Oh, he's back now. All right.
Yeah, Tony, we're back. Oh,
Yeah, it's all right.
Yeah, please, if I freeze, you guys should continue.
Okay, perfect.
all right. We'll just continue with the show, folks. Yeah, I mean, midfield wise, I feel like we do need at least one midfielder, not just to provide depth to our midfield, but quality wise as well. Look at Manchester City. Look what they've got. They've virtually got a minimum of two players in every position. It's not just about that, it's quality as well. That's why Manchester City have been so successful in the Premier League for the last at least 5 years, minimum for 5 years. And sometimes, as a football club, you've got to be ruthless. You've got to be ruthless and get what you need. That's all we need right now. It's not just our midfield that needs strengthening; it's our attack as well. I mean, there's a name in particular I should have mentioned. Where do you guys stand on Marcus Thuram? What do you think about that?
Is he physical enough?
I mean, I've seen him a couple of times in the World Cup, but he was very good.
I haven't seen him I haven't seen him outside of the World Cup, so I don't know. I can't comment on a player I haven't really seen.
There's a problem with all these World Cup players sometimes.
Yeah,
that scares
he's
me.
from Gladbach.
Yeah.
I think I've heard his record in Gladbach was not too bad. It was decent before the World Cup. But
Tony, there's a name in the chat that somebody has said, and I would love if Jose Mourinho would give us that player. Tammy Abraham.
Tammy Abraham.
I know he's
I don't know why.
He's no Victor Osman, of course. He's not going to give you the quality of a Victor Osman. Oh my gosh, Victor Osman is a baller.
Oh, he's a baller. He's a baller.
No way will Napoli let him go in January when they're trying to
hell no.
That's a beast.
Oh my gosh, Victor Osman, if he's in the Premier League in the summer, the Premier League is not ready for him. Yeah.
Oh, really?
Victor Osman is a baller. He's incredible. He's very physical.
He's got pace as well and power. He's amazing. He's amazing.
Got a great strike. He is incredible. And Trossard might be a good shout. Tony, at this point, maybe we shouldn't panic buy. Part of me says we shouldn't be the old club and panic buy because we lost out on Mudryk, we lost out on Felix. But the other half of me thinks if we don't get anyone, is this squad, injuries wise?
Yeah.
I still feel we need one or two reinforcements like we needed from last season, which we failed to get because of January.
Yeah.
Yeah. Again, there are players like Kolomwani we're not even talking about. He played
Mohamed Kudus, another name.
Kudus and Kolomwani also too. These guys were cool guys. I think that one plays for Eintracht Frankfurt. I think he's a very, very good player.
We're doing all this scouting only for Chelsea to come.
We're doing all this only for Chelsea to come.
No, Melina, don't get me started on Chelsea. No, I've already had a bit of a rant on the Luca show last night.
We have to move into the games today. Okay, good. Let me read a little bit from the chart. Jordan Heyman, big ups to you. Glasgow Red Charts, big ups to you, my brother. Arsenal Punk, thank you for coming around today. The Assemble, thank you for being in the charts. And of course, Jordan Heyman, the Liverpool fan, he says, I'm happy you guys defeat Spurs. Of course, we're buzzing. All of us, we're all Gooners. It's a family meeting today.
Buzzing.
So we're just buzzing today, yeah. And the Southern Gunner, see, yeah, Miss Melina, it would be nice for you to have a show with this guy. He's American. He's also a friend of the show too, yeah. To be nice, although
Tony,
he does have.
him.
Okay,
Tony,
you know him.
from
it does
this
have
channel.
different, ideology, about what's going on, but
he's on
he's a good guy to have
DWTT.
a show with.
He comes on DWTT Gary's channel.
Yes, with Gary is Gary's close friend. Him and Gary are like 5 and 6. To be nice for you to have a little bit of a nickel with him. So whenever next is coming to my show, I'll probably bring you in. Wilson, if you're interested, I will nick you in. He's a good guy. He's an American guy. Let's see if you guys can do something together. Miss Melina, looking so well.
No, he's a great guy. He comes on Gary's show every Mondays.
Yeah.
When Gary goes live, and he's class. So thank you for tuning in and supporting Tony.
Exactly, man. So my man, the Southern Gunner, says stuck in traffic, enjoying the show. Thank you, my man. Thank you, my man. See you soon. Of course, we'll have a good chat about that, about the not London derby today, and of course the football capital. Big ups to you, Manchester United. You know why the football capital came in here? It's because we actually face them next week. We'll come to that also. Big ups to you, the football capital. Benjamin says here, Yuri, Trossard, Zaha, and ST on loan. An option to buy. Okay. Benjamin was just saying what you were talking about, Miss Melina, and it's
Abraham.
Why not go for Tammy Abraham?
He's going to cost a lot of money.
No, he's not. He's actually not. He's actually not going to cost.
But do you think Roma will let him go?
No. Nah. But he hasn't had a good season for Roma this season. So last season, he was okay, but this season it's dropped off. Good. But again, I'm tired of getting all these Chelsea cast-offs. For some reason, exactly. I have, we've had lots of them coming as agents. Agent Check. You know what he came to do?
I think
Agent William. Agent William, he couldn't even run for us.
As well.
For Fulham.
And
he's
Gallas,
scoring
man.
every game they're playing. He came in and he had a pot belly when he started playing for us. But when he went to Fulham, he just threw everything away and started scoring goals. So I have a problem with all these players coming from Chelsea that still have allegiances to that club. So
I'm sick and tired of it. I'm sick and tired of it. We need to stop getting these Chelsea cards off, man. Come on now. I mean, we even had William Gallas of all people as well. Remember in the Birmingham game?
Broke down.
Come on, man. He just stropping, man. We don't need that. Nah, man. I'm sick and tired of it.
I don't want any of all this. Although Tammy looks like a different kind of guy, to be very sincere. He looks like a different kind of guy. He hasn't had any scandals, since when he was playing in England, even in Roma. He's that kind of guy. He's cool. He's just this kind of guy that just want to play football. He has a cool girlfriend. He just wants to, relax, play football, kiss around with his girlfriend, enjoy Italy at the same time. But again, is a Chelsea faithful. So
we don't need that, man. We
don't need that smoke. Let's just go get players who will come in and who will have no divided loyalties and just come and play for us. So, but that was a good one, Benjamin. It says Tammy starts over Eddie all day.
I don't know.
Osimhen is a freak of nature. I do agree. But again, Miss Melina, do you know how much it will be costing us?
90 million plus, yeah.
Honestly, I adore this guy. I mean, I'm in love with Osimhen already. He's amazing, man.
He's amazing. He's amazing. Just look at what he did to Juventus. Juventus.
They hammered Juventus. They hammered Juventus.
Absolutely put them on a spliff. Benjamin here says Yuri get Kessie on loan from Barcelona. But you know what? Yeah, Barcelona have a lot of players.
Kessie.
Barcelona have a lot of players that people could just go in and tap from. Ferran
Torres.
Don't forget this Dutch guy. What's his name, Miss Melina?
Memphis
Depay.
Memphis Depay.
And the Frankie de Jong. That's another one.
Frankie de Jong.
Oh, here we go.
Of course, they have all these players that, in fact, if you tell Barcelona sell this players, they would sell because they want to balance the books. They're genuinely facing FFP rule. Of course, we know FFP will never get
money problems. They got money problems.
They have money problems, so they want to sell. So I think now, although I heard that Edu has contacted Deco for the signing of Rafinha, but let's see what's going to happen. See, Miss Melina, the Chelsea game today. What did you think? Kai Havertz scoring a goal for them today, and they escaping by a hair's breadth today against Crystal Palace.
You know,
Well,
in the first half of
boys
that
for the last 5-6 games.
in the first half of
Mm.
that game, Tony, Zaha had a very good chance, and also
Mm.
Olise. Olise is a great player. I think both of them, Zaha and Olise, they deserve to be at a better club. And the state Palace are in right now. Man United play them next, and they might win that game. But Palace, they're not clicking, and I think it's unfortunate for Vieira. He doesn't necessarily have the players who maybe a couple of one or two good players, and that's about it. Olise, Eze, and Zaha, I'd say. Chelsea just one goal to Palace. That's it. You spend 400 million, and this is all you can do against Crystal Palace.
Hang on a minute. Let's wait. Like, I think I heard rumors that. Hang on a minute.
Any Chelsea fan that's hearing Miss Melina will know she's hurt, and she's hurt.
I tell you what, Melina, hang on a minute, because
The game that Mudryk went to go see, you know what? Enjoy it, Mudryk. Enjoy it.
he should be ashamed of himself, Melina. He should be ashamed of himself. He went for the money, man.
But you know what?
No, but if it was you, wouldn't you go for the money? No,
Exactly.
let's be frank, Miss
true.
Melina. If it was you, wouldn't you go for 250?
Of
And someone is
100%.
giving
Of
you
course I would.
150.
100% I would go for the money, of course. And you're in a country that's in war. It's either
That's in the war. He has family to feed.
Yeah.
But again, we could have gotten this guy for 40 million in the summer. That's the price it was being touted out for.
40 million was reasonable. We should have got him then. We should have got him then.
We said, have a nice day. We'll see you in January, when it's very hard to bring players in, and the price tag went skyrocketing.
It rocketed.
But even see, you know what? At the mention of that price, it didn't sit well with me.
It made no sense.
No.
But that price for him, 100 million,
And
it
they
doesn't
said
sit
they
well
wouldn't
with.
budge. They said they wouldn't budge on the valuation.
He has tremendous strength. He has a very, very huge skill set that could work in the Premiership. That's why I like the guy. But again, he's coming from a league that is not proven yet. To me, he has to come into the Premiership to prove himself. If maybe he had proven himself in maybe a place like Italy, Spain, okay, I'll say, okay, that price tag, okay, good and okay. But the price tag is so huge. It's too
ridiculous.
huge. It didn't sit down well with me. But I wanted to just get him because I didn't want Chelsea to, at the end of the day, get that edge over us, one. And secondly, there's this thing about targets. If you get your targets, there's a certain type of harmony that it brings to your camp when when your football club is playing. But right now, in fact, this happened just before the North London Derby. I didn't know how the camp would have taken this. So it was very important we got this, this win today. Very, very important because it shows that we're above all this small talk right now. We really mean business. So it's left for these guys to just go down there and get the job and get us signings down here. Miss Melina, about that Chelsea game, please could you continue before we go to Wilson for that game too?
Tony, I mean, with the players that they had, the only goal they could score was from Havertz. Havertz, even in the last game they played, and although they lost to Fulham 2-1, Havertz was one of their better players in that game. And I think again today he showed he can do it if he has the confidence and if he has the fans behind him. In their fan base, I know we're only speaking about them because we're analyzing the game. Disclaimer. In their fan base, Havertz is very divided, like nketiah for us. Very, very divided. So for him to score today, I mean, it was just a goal. I thought Palace can still equalize in the game, but at that point, Chelsea were good defensively, and Palace just couldn't finish in the final third. They struggled to get through from the Chelsea midfield today.
Yeah, exactly. Do you think the same thing, Wilson? And again, there's this criticism, just like Miss
Mm,
Melina rightfully said about Kai Havertz. It's a divisive factor when it comes to Chelsea folklore, because of course, he gave them that very, very crucial goal in the Champions League. So people now look at him like, oh, he just did that in the Champions League. But you know what? Yeah, this
mm,
guy in important games, very important games, somehow he just seemed to score goals. And of
mm.
course, now that they're coming off a 10 game with just one win in 10 games,
That's not good
they
enough.
really that's not good enough. They really needed this one to at least soften the blow on their manager today. And Kai Havertz have just released their manager, released pent up tension in that guy, Graham Porter. But you know what? Yeah, how did you see that game quickly so that we can go to the Newcastle one and
I,
finish up this show?
I didn't watch the game at all because I was so focused on the North London derby. But what I would say is that victory is important, not just for Chelsea, but for the manager
Mm,
as well. He's been under a
mm,
lot of pressure lately. Poor performances, poor results, fans getting angry. That victory was so important, not just for the team, but for the manager as well. That's what matters. When you're not at your best, sometimes you got to find a different way to win. And Chelsea
mm.
did that. That's all I can say at this point. If I did watch the Chelsea match, I would have explained it a bit more. But that's all
Good
I can say,
explanation.
really.
Yeah, better. Okay, good, 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 and okay. Miss Melina, can Chelsea see with their signings already? Can uh, Melina? You're
Oh,
mute. You're mute.
Melina, you're on mute.
Melina is mute.
Oh,
Sorry, Tony. I'm trying to sort my audio out, and I just said I'd be a moment.
Yeah.
Tony, can you repeat what you were asking, please?
Yeah, see, yeah, of course. I was just talking of Chelsea Football Club. They've recruited players already. Good and okay. They've brought in Mudryk. Good. They've brought in this guy. What's his name? JoaoFelix. Good and
Felix,
okay.
yeah.
To be very sincere, before that red card, it really looked good for Chelsea Football Club.
Yes,
Good.
for
He'll
Yeah,
be back
Tottenham,
after
I
three
agree.
games.
he had a
He'll
good
be
game.
back after 3 games. Miss Melina, with their recruitment and with they've brought in 4 or 5 players already. They're hungry already. Good and okay. Let's not compare that to Arsenal. It's not what I want to do. Miss Melina,
Mm,
with this signing, did they get top four this season?
mm,
That's a tough question.
Of course, it's what I
mm,
do. Come on.
I'm gonna say no.
mm,
No.
No. Okay.
mm.
Miss Melina, I've just opened a can of worms.
Newcastle United, Arsenal. Oh my God, I'm forgetting Liverpool. Fuck. Um,
Yeah, and Liverpool
Arsenal.
is also in
and
that same. It's also in that same mess. Also,
and
but the difference
Spurs.
with them
Oh,
and Chelsea is that.
Arsenal United. No, Arsenal United City.
Mhm.
Yeah. Oh.
Newcastle.
It's a tough. She's just realizing it's a more tougher one than she
So
thought.
Liverpool and Chelsea maybe fifth and sixth Europa League. Oh my God! Wow.
Oh, I've not made my
Exactly.
predictions yet at all. I've not made my
Tony,
predictions
but
yet
that's
yet
makes
at all.
it difficult for both of us.
That's a difficult one. See, okay, good. I'll take a cue from you, Wilson. With those signings, Enzo might still be coming in. This guy wants to
Mm,
spend. Todd Bolly wants to just destroy money at Chelsea. See, it's up to nearly 500 million, $500 million spent already in
it's
this
mad.
Chelsea team.
It's mad.
It's crazy, and he still wants to spend more. This guy's ready. He has that checkbook in his bag. See,
Mm,
yeah, same question with Miss Melina. Do you think they will get top four this season with this high-profile signings they've gotten into the club, and with more still
mm.
incoming? They're still in negotiations with Benfica for Enzo Fernandez.
I'm not convinced. I'm not convinced because I feel that there are other teams who are better than Chelsea, in my view. I'm just not convinced by them. I'm just not. I feel like with Chelsea, it's going to take them quite a while for them to get where they need to be. I just don't think this is the season for them to get top four. I'm just not convinced. We all know what has happened this season. Defensively, awful. Attacking wise, like, don't get me wrong, they bought reinforcements. I just get the feeling some of those reinforcements may take a bit of time to settle in. That will and I get the feeling that will put Chelsea at an disadvantage. And I'm going to give you my predictions of my top four, top five,
right?
top
Let's see,
four.
because you've told me that you've not done it, but let's see what you have in your port. Come on,
right
hit me with it.
Right now, my top two are Arsenal and Manchester City. Definitely in the top two. I think Manchester United will finish third. That fourth spot at this moment in time, I'm going for Newcastle. I'm going to explain why. Because it's not just they've got very good players. Defensively, they got more resilience than Tottenham at the moment. In the big games that Newcastle have played, they've done very well.
And you know, they've shown we're going to Newcastle anyway in the other one. Yeah.
And also, I feel like that's a tough one. I mean, fifth place, that's a tricky one.
Right?
That's a tough one.
Do you see Liverpool coming back?
I mean, the way Liverpool are going, they're a shambles. I mean, without that Van Dijk, they're a mess. But when he comes back, this is tough.
Jordan Heyman, I'm sorry. I know Jordan in the chart is my big friend. He comes here. Jordan, I know you're from Liverpool Football Club, but I'm sorry, man. Your club this season, it's shocking, man.
They're having a midfield crisis, Liverpool.
That worries me. I mean, Liverpool worry me because it's not just the defense that is affected; it's their midfield. Yeah. So many teams have overran Liverpool. Even Arsenal overran Liverpool as well. Oh, sorry, Melina. I didn't catch that. Sorry.
Sorry, I said once you break their midfield, their defense is a joke. You're through on goal already.
They're vulnerable. I mean, this fifth place is really hard because Liverpool are an absolute shambles midfield and defensively. I mean, Chelsea, they're well off the pace. I mean, I just can't make a call who's going to finish the other spots because the other teams are, I would say my top four, I would say Arsenal, City, United, I'm going to say Newcastle. Newcastle are in the best form at this moment in time due to their resilience. It's resilience and defensively.
Again, I told you they've learned the dark art from Eddie Howe.
They have.
Wasting. These guys are professionals in time wasting. Do you know in that match we only played up to just 52 minutes in that Newcastle match?
We could not break them down.
I'm telling you, other plays they were just either falling down or they kicked the ball off the pitch. Different trickeries. So that guy, the way he is, the way he's molded that team, is molding them in outer space, kind of, molding like they're in it. And again, they just picked up points from Fulham. You remember what Fulham did to us at home? Not even
they gave us a rough time.
They gave us they were in for a shout, for that match. But you could see what they did to us, and of course, Newcastle did what they had to do to get maximum points today. So let's go into that Newcastle Fulham game. Of course, no one needs to watch it, but again, Newcastle getting maximum points, 38 points. Miss Melina, what do you think?
Yeah, that game, Newcastle, I expected more from them. Yes, they kept the clean sheet, but they have their main man back, and that's the main man that Arsenal were once again looking at, and
they seized them away from us, Isaac.
Yeah, another one, Alexander Isak. He's back from injury, and he's on the score sheet today. Only in the 89th minute for him to get a goal. I felt Fulham did not have a cutting edge today. They looked poor, they looked sloppy, and Newcastle, it was pretty close game, maybe in terms of tight game. But Newcastle to keep a clean sheet again. We go back to the the mention of discipline. And Eddie Howe has kept this team very well organized and disciplined. I mean, look at them at the Emirates. I know Steve would be very happy to hear this, but they are a very well organized team.
For no mugs.
Well, defensively.
There are no
So,
mugs. You can bank on it.
yep, there are no mugs. And I do put them in the top 4 contestation, personally.
Oh, yeah,
But
I would.
see, but see what worries me. See what worries me, yeah. What worries me with this Newcastle is that they are not conceding goals. It's okay if a team wins, if they're winning, it's okay. But when you're not conceding goals, it concerns me because it shows that it concerns me because Arsenal is just the second best in terms of defensive frailties this season.
Yeah.
Newcastle, see, they're the best defensive team in the Premier League. They've only conceded 11 goals, Miss Melina. Arsenal have conceded 14. As good as they are this season. So they've been able to balance up what they're scoring with what they're taking in. And in the long run, if other teams, of course, Arsenal's a team that would still concede, whether we like it or not. We're not just up there yet in terms of our defensive structure. But again, Newcastle have shown they've proven to be a team that it's very difficult to actually score against them.
To break them down.
To break them down, it's very difficult. Even the best of strikers couldn't do it. Mitrovic, for me, this season is a beast, and he couldn't even get a goal. With them, they've proved how dogged they are against Manchester City. Of course, they put 3 past them, and Man City came back and made it.
They should have won that game.
They should have won that game. But again, they've proven how difficult it is to actually put them on a leash. And it genuinely, it makes me struggle. It makes me struggle. And again, look at that Manchester United game with Newcastle. They drew with them. They drew with Newcastle. So
it's a resilience.
Exactly. So it shows that Newcastle is they're even the ones I'm even more scared of right now because it's very difficult for people to break them down.
Oh, they are. They have to hold together, like how not to be broken down and not to be taken for no mugs.
It's true because
well with them.
It's true because I do feel that Man United would drop points. They will go to all these niggling. They will have niggling performances with teams like Brentford. When Brentford come to town again. With Fulham. With all these teams that genuinely ask serious questions, like Aston Villa. They'll pose a threat and ask lots of questions against Manchester United, and of course Manchester United. It's known to drop points when it comes to this type of fixtures in recent seasons. But Newcastle, they will either
you can't write them off.
You can't write them off.
Can't write them off, definitely.
You can't write them off. So let's see. Let's go into that Not London Derby today, Miss Melina. It's the last one before we close the show. I want to close the show at least in exactly 1 hour, maybe 15 minutes, 1 hour, 20 minutes. Miss Melina, take us through that Not London Derby. How important was it for us to actually have a response today? Mostly when Manchester United did a very, very big favor for us yesterday in the Manchester Derby, beating up Man City, our fiercest rivals for this title, as we all know, and putting them on the leash, beating them by 2-1. Big comeback win yesterday. Rashford getting that winning goal for them. But apart from that, Arsenal's response today was even much better, taste sweeter. And you know what to do it at Hart Lane, Miss Melina. You're buzzing. Let us, just put us up to speed with what you're feeling, Miss Melina. The Not London Derby. Arsenal 2, Tottenham 0.
Arsenal Football Club away from home to Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, taking all 3 points, no casualties, no injuries, no red cards.
Back to
with full confidence, we went into this game, and to get a goal early on in the game, thank you, Hugo Lloris.
It was a shocker.
To start our
guys, Miss Melina is in a brutal best.
To
I'm loving this.
The
I'm loving
brutality.
this.
The spark
Finish him.
and you know what? The performance today from everyone. I can't name a player who had a foot wrong, whether it was from the left-hand side, from the right-hand side, from the midfield general Thomas Partey, or from the defensive back line of Gabriel Magalhaes and Zinchenko. Even when Tierney came on, we got to see Smith Rowe and Vieira, but to have the game already wrapped up in the first half and to maintain a lead, the old Arsenal that I know, when we are 2-0 up, we maintain a lead. Oh my gosh, there's many times
Man.
away, we draw the game, and I'm like, what are we doing here? And when we were 2-0 up, I said, all right, bring on Rob Holding. Let's close out the game and call it a day and park the bus. Tottenham tried to up their level and tempo in the second half. Kulusevski was the only player who I felt was trying to be a threat to Zinchenko at the time. Son was nowhere to be found in this game. Harry Kane had several chances, as well as Kulusevski. And Ramsdale, although Odegaard had a very good performance today, Bukayo Saka was excellent in the first half. It was hard to pick a man of the match, but my man of the match for this game is Aaron Ramsdale. He kept our clean sheet away from home. It's a massive confidence boost to go to Old Trafford, Emirates at home against Man United, which is very soon. Another big game ahead. The other thing I want to say, I think this was in the first half. Thomas Partey nearly repeated that wonderful goal he had at the North London.
Oh, that was unlucky.
That's oh my gosh! I'm telling you guys, that was a goal. That would have been goal of the season, hands down. Oh my gosh,
it would have been.
Was phenomenal.
That would have been a
even he was wondering how didn't it go in, because he was so confident in the power of that
confident in the power of that shot.
Thomas Partey, I don't know what he ate for lunch today. He was although nketiah was
and egusi soup, Miss Melina. Egusi soup.
That's a good one. That's a good one, sir. That's a good one.
nketiah had a couple of chances, and yes, he was unlucky. We could have had a few more goals, but at the end of the day, we take the 3 points, no injuries, no red cards, and leave the game. Two housekeeping things I want to mention from this game today. Ramsdale was kicked in the back or in the head by a fan who has.
That's disgusting. That's disgusting.
The other thing, Xhaka, nearly in the end of the game, the players were trying to charge down to their fans in the away end, and Arteta pulled Xhaka away, kind of to warn him about the Conte incident and to keep his composure. There's no other man that knows Granit Xhaka best than Mikel Arteta. Mikel Arteta has cracked the attitude and how to keep Xhaka under control. And I condemn and very much so respect Mikel highly for this. Today's game, Mikel showed how fearless we are. If we're playing home or if we're playing away from home, we will not give so much respect to the opponent, but we will not take them lightly either.
Absolutely.
Coming on today, he had nothing to do. He was crap today. And yes, he was a institution, but he wasn't impactful in the game. Do I have any criticisms from this game today? No. I would have wished we scored more goals just for the we got the job done. No casualties, no red cards. And you know what? This Christian Romero guy, I don't know how he was still on the pitch.
He should have got sent off. He should have got sent off so many times.
Was disgusting. And although Saka did get fouls called, which doesn't happen to us a lot of the time, so I will take that. I'll take the 3 points, and wonderful way to move on to the fact that we lost 2 of our top transfer targets. We are still 8 points clear, top of the league, and right now it doesn't matter Mudryk or Felix. They can.
Doesn't matter.
We're
top of the league.
They can go where the sun doesn't shine today.
Hey!
You know what? Let's
Arsenal,
continue.
Arsenal,
Arsenal,
Arsenal.
Arsenal, Arsenal.
We have a big game next. So, like Tony said, no days off, no time to rest, and
No
next
free hits.
one game at a time.
Yep.
Yeah, one game at a time.
One game at a time. See ya,
Mm.
Wilson. It's your time, my brother. Speak on
Mm.
this. Preach.
Mm.
Preach to these people. Gloat. You have the full backing of this house. Gloat
Mm.
about this
What
match.
have these doubters got to
Make this
say
gloating.
now?
Make it hurt. Make it hurt. Like, see, yeah.
Yeah.
I want any Tottenham Hotspur fan come in here to just watch the show later on. I want them
Yeah,
to
they should
feel
be
the
coming on right now.
gloat, my brother. Gloat.
I tell you what, guys. Tottenham fans and all these pundits were doubting Arsenal month after month after month, and now up until the North London derby, they felt we're gonna crumble again. Let me remind those doubters of something right now. We got one of the best defensive records in the league. We're so clinical, and we're so clinical. And I mean, going to that North London derby, I knew we're gonna deal with them because it's due to our defense and midfield. As I said before, we were absolutely immense, especially in the first half. Thomas Partey, he was so key to that. He totally controlled the midfield, and Tottenham did nothing. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. Because
Miss
Thomas
Melina
Partey
would like
controlled
your
it. And
vocabulary.
I,
She likes
and
things like that.
and I tell you what, a Granit Xhaka, who was immense as well. What I like from
Mm,
those two, they provided control and leadership in
true.
our midfield, which is what we needed. And Odegaard, oh man, the goal
Oh,
was
that goal.
just it was a fantastic
That goal.
goal. It was a great goal.
Oh,
Like it was
oh.
brilliant. And then Thomas Partey was so unlucky with his shot. I mean, it hit the post. My reaction was like, oh man, it was so
Mm,
unlucky. That would honestly,
that,
Molina's right. It would have been the best goals of like best goal of the season. And what I like from Arteta at the end of the game, he had to pull away Granit Xhaka from
true.
from that horrible incident. I like that.
Mm,
That just shows that Arteta knows what he's doing. And what that
true.
Tottenham fan did to Ramsdale at the end of the game
Disgraceful.
was absolutely disgusting. That I mean, it's disgusting. You don't do that. I can
True.
understand that football fans are frustrated. You don't come in and try and punch a player. That's disgusting, man.
True.
Anyway, as far as I'm concerned, today was a significant day.
Mm,
Significant. We're 8 points clear of the champions, Man City, and most importantly, we're 14 points ahead of Tottenham. We virtually put them out of the top four race as well. So what have these Tottenham fans got to say now? Nothing.
exactly.
And North London
Nothing.
is red.
It's red, guys. It's
What
red.
now?
It's red. Arsenal. Arsenal.
Arsenal,
Arsenal.
Arsenal,
Arsenal.
Arsenal, Arsenal.
Arsenal. See, yeah, guys, Miss Melina have just called my attention to something very, very important.
Mm.
It's Brighton player Enoch Unwepu. He's been taken to the hospital, as I heard, in
Oh
Zambia.
no.
And
Yeah, so I pray, that he gets
Same
back
here.
well. A very exceptional player. I like the guy. Uh,
Mm.
uh, very cool, calm guy. I don't know what would be his problem, but well, speedy recovery to you. And Okunwepu, we
Mm.
don't need any more losses in this football. See, yeah, Gan look at Viali, someone I really, really do respect.
Oh, that's
He
sad.
didn't play for Arsenal, but I just like the way he played for his country and played for Chelsea. And if you mind you, he was also both club captain, club
Mm.
player, and player coach at the same time. So so it was a very very tremendous player when he played for Chelsea. I really liked him because he was a perfect gentleman. It was someone you could always count on, not to cause a scene. He just wanted to just play football, uh, you know have a good time playing it and just go his way. So you'll never see him haggling over all this little stuff, fighting, and all this shaking on. He doesn't have all those time to put all those troubles for Chelsea at the time. So perfect gentleman. He's so rest in peace. And Owepu Enoch, I pray that you have speedy recovery also.
Mm.
Craig AFC says here, Party the general. See,
Oh
Miss Melina,
man.
you said your man of the match goes to who? There was You gave it to someone else.
I
Oh,
said
Ramsey,
oh,
right?
I totally forgot. I totally forgot to say
Ramsdale.
something.
Yeah, you would give yours, but let's just get
Yeah, of
what
course, of
Miss
course, of
Melina,
course.
why
I
Miss
said
Melina
Ramsdale.
give it to
However, I
Ramsey.
agree. If someone was to say party, I wouldn't say they're wrong. It's up
Hmm.
to perception. And party had
Yeah,
a very good game today.
true, true. See, Wilson, what's your take
Yeah.
on that before I give mine?
For me, my man of the match, I would give it to Partey. He
Hmm.
totally controlled the midfield. His passing was excellent. Like he was disciplined all game. Like
Yeah.
he provided so much
Hmm.
calmness as well, which is what you need in massive moments like that. Don't get me wrong, Ramsdale was brilliant, but I felt
True.
Partey was the one for me. He was the man of the match
Yeah,
for me. He was
for you.
outstanding again. Immense,
Hmm.
immense.
Hmm. Miss Melina, you know what? Yeah, my my man of the match would actually go for Thomas Partey, surprisingly,
Hey.
because
Mm,
yeah, what that guy did in that midfield today,
Was very good today.
brilliant.
shocking. Like, and again, there were lots of these little balls here and there going through that midfield, those
Yes,
little
yeah, yeah, yeah.
stoppages.
Everything.
Oh my God. It was just
Oh,
cutting them off the
Yeah.
tracks. And that's the work of a typical defensive midfielder. And he did his job today.
We haven't had
and the
Breaking
that
play
work
most of the
rate,
so
the
long.
work
the
rate.
work rate, yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Creating openings, creating chances, and again, whenever he won those balls in the middle of the park,
Oh
the
man.
oh my God, the passes, it just spray. See, yeah, he knows how to get those little passes off to Saka to just go down there in that flank to just cause problems, and you could see Saka had lots of service today because he was being brought down almost all the time.
Yeah. Yeah.
Today, it was being kicked all
Yeah.
over. Saka is
And
the
you know
most
that guy
abused
Chesterton?
player
That
in the
guy
Premiership.
Chesterton was put on
Oh
strict
no.
play from Saka.
Yeah, Saka is the most abused player in the Premiership. They
Yeah.
kick this guy at will. The referees don't protect him. I don't know. There's no
The
huge
referees are not
protection
doing
for
their
this
job.
guy. They're not doing their job, and it's English. So what if? Imagine how they're treating him. So what if this Saka guy was maybe Slovenian? It would be like
Oh
go to hell.
man.
Exactly.
I'll
It's
tell you what. I'll
English,
tell
and
you what.
they're treating him
I,
like
I,
that. Punching bag of everywhere.
I tell you what, Tony. I tell you what.
Yeah.
I've mentioned this on Luca's show yesterday. We've got,
Yeah.
for me, the Premier League. I believe is the best league in the world. However, we
It
got the
is.
worst officials in the world, and we all know the reasons why. I don't even want to get you or Melina started. We all know what the reasons why. Remember in the Newcastle game in particular,
Yeah.
Dan Burns was pulling Gabriel's shirt in the penalty box.
It's an
It was a
agenda
clear
anyway.
pen.
It's
I was
clear pen.
absolutely. I was. I
It's
mean.
clear
I
pen.
mean. Oh, the refereeing was awful. I mean, it's
The
been
referee,
awful all over for years.
Miss Melina, the refereeing today, was it okay to you?
No, you know what, Tony? I thought the world was going to end very soon because Saka was getting fouled and they were
Oh
actually
man.
giving us some calls. I thought we wouldn't get, yes, some of them they didn't give us. Okay, yes.
Mm.
But you know what? You guys are forgetting a very big thing here. It's a North London derby. Every North London derby, Harry Kane gets a customary penalty. That's why my score prediction was 2-1.
Big
Hello,
up, Craig AFC
penalty
and
today.
Jordan Heyman. Big ups.
Harry Kane today. And you know what? Harry Kane was trying to foul Gabriel Magalhaes in the box so he can get
What
the
was he
penalty.
doing?
And but
Yeah, Holbeck. Holbeck
yeah,
did it.
yes,
Ivan Perisic did it too.
but
Yeah.
They
It was
knew what they were
shocking.
doing. They knew what they were doing. They're trying to play dirty games with us, and we were not
Of course
having.
they were.
I think the officiating was not bad today, not as bad.
No,
Mm.
that's bad. Yeah, exactly. See,
He should have been sent off. This Romero guy should have been sent off.
should have been sent off,
And
right? Yeah. Oh, Jess Collins just popped into the chart. Jess
Oh.
Collins, not London games are like nothing else. Unless you have been to a few, then you don't know. Very true. And
Touching
that's
core
coming
point.
from Jess Collins, who has been an Arsenal fan since 1967. Jess Collins, please, could you
Wow.
just type how many not London derbies you've been to at White Hart Lane? It would be nice to know, you know.
I mean,
See, yeah,
I've just got something else to say as well because I've been an
yeah, because
Arsenal
we need
fan,
to close the show. So yeah,
of course,
yeah.
and I've been an Arsenal fan since 2007. Long
Oh,
time,
oh,
long
that's
time.
good.
There
That's
has been
good.
some bad times, but now we're getting a lot better. And
Mm,
now we're further clear of everyone else. We
mm.
got to keep going, guys. Keep going.
yes,
Yeah, exactly, exactly. I became an Arsenal fan around 1989, and that was when
Blimey.
that was when we had all this
Oh,
JVC shirts and stuff like that. Yeah, because
wow.
we used to have my dad used to have a particular television, and that television was JVC. So
Oh,
we used to
wow.
have that. Yeah, we used to have that JVC TV. So when I did see it on 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 our shirt at the time, JVC shirt, and stuff like that. I just loved Arsenal, with all that stuff, and so and of course my dad used to like Arsenal too. So I just grew up with it and everything. So my family Arsenal fans, all my family Arsenal
Mm,
fans. So it's very good. Of course, I was very little then anyway, very little then anyway. So, but yeah,
mm.
it's just Arsenal for me. Miss Melina, any thoughts from when you joined Arsenal?
since like you, Tony, my dad is a massive goon. So since I was a kid, watching the games with my dad, I thought, this looks interesting. Let me tune in. And although I was really young back then, seeing the likes of Thierry
Oh.
Henry when you were a kid and being someone relate, being someone of color. Back then, we don't
Mm,
have much people of color representing us in football or in sports. So Arsenal was the team that had the most people of color, and something I
yeah.
could feel
Mm,
like, hey, I want to back this team, and my dad would watch it every day, and
Mm,
whenever we were at home, just it's the way we bonded. So that's something that still to this day, when I'm
that's
not
it
doing
to this
well, I
day.
watch the game with my dad, and my first game live was with my dad as well. So
Yeah.
this club has caused me a lot of happiness, a lot of stress,
A
a
lot of
lot
stress,
of
but again, that's the joys
opportunities,
of
but I
actually
wouldn't
supporting
change it for
Arsenal.
the world. I would not change it for the world.
Yeah, exactly. And of course, Jess
Everything.
Collins has given us his answer. It's been to
wow.
38. Now,
Wow.
listen, just let this sink in. 38 not London derbies down the lane.
Wow.
Guys, wow. I'll
Extraordinary.
never get to that. I'll never
E-
get to that, but in my lifetime. But
Extraordinary. It just shows
38.
it just
And
shows that
and you know
Jez is a
what?
very
That's down
committed
the
Arsenal
lane.
fan.
Now that's down the lane
Lane.
on its own, not
Wow.
really in at the Emirates. So that's big. Oh,
Extraordinary.
okay. He said here 1977 was my first.
Oh wow.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Wow,
Oh
like age
wow.
16. My mom wouldn't let me go there before that. Wow,
Oh
interesting.
wow.
Lucky you.
Extraordinary.
See, yeah,
Extraordinary.
we have to call it a day with the show because these days I want to just keep my shows very short because before I
Mm,
used to make it very long because when we're talking Arsenal, there's so many things that keeps popping up. So, but now I want to keep it a little bit more shorter, 1 hour 30 minutes at worst, 1 hour or 1 hour 10 minutes. So thank you everyone for coming to the show. Jess
Thank you,
Collins,
everyone.
thank you for coming to the show, Jazz.
here,
Big ups to
here.
you. I love you, Jess. Thanks. Craig AFC 87. Big ups to you, man. Jordan Heyman, a big friend
Here,
of
here.
ours of this show. Big ups to you, Jordan Heyman. God bless you, man. And I hope that Liverpool would be able to beat Chelsea, so you can at least get a little bit of, that emotional release, and that pent up emotion in you. You release it off, and use Chelsea to use them as a punching bag when you do want to get off that pent up emotions down there. And of course, Craig AFC Bagger, thank you for coming up today. And MC Oliver, MUFC Oliver is a new fan here because I've been doing this serious drive to really get subscribers down here, like people from different backgrounds and stuff like that. But you don't have to be a Gunner fan to come and enjoy what we have here. So, MUFC Oliver, big ups to you. Thank you for coming today to the show. Benjamin is also a new subscriber too, and he says, "Yeah, I like Havertz. I'm not going to lie. I just think he suits being a cam than a center forward. Best position in that position. Best person in that position is Bobby Firmino." Okay, good and okay. Benjamin, big ups to you. Thank you for coming to the show. MUFC Oliver, thank you for subscribing to the show. Um, Benjamin, thanks for subscribing. Thank you, everyone. The Football Capital, big ups to you. Salton Gunner, I will create a show for us to have with Miss Melina and Wilson. And again, I might be bringing the Football Capital. He might be coming down here as a Manchester United fan. He will be coming down here to do a preview with us. See, this guy's a professional. He has a big channel, down there in Australia. He's killing it in Australia down there. I'll be bringing him for a preview show. So I might be bringing in Miss Melina for us to do justice to the guy. While Wilson, I have a more bigger fish for you to fry, and it will be against Omondi. On Monday we'll be coming to the show. Miss Melina, I might also peer you down here too with Omondi. So I'm still in talks with Omondi to know the particular time he wants to frame it, but he's coming this coming week. So I have two Manchester United stalwarts who are gonna come in here, and we can just chill and just have a good time. Also,
what a game it's going to be.
And my other friend, MUFC Global, is a Manchester United fan. Toby, a very good guy. He comes here quite much. He'll be coming here for that Manchester Derby, not the watch along, but the preview show. So I would put it in such a way that it can accommodate both Miss Melina and could also accommodate you, Mr. Wilson. So thank you guys for coming to the show. Miss Melina, please shout out your channel. Let these guys know where they can find you.
Thank you for having me on the show today, Tony, and it was nice to be commentating on a wonderful North London Derby away win. And thank you, Wilson. It's been a while since I last spoke to you, so thank you for giving up your time today to be on the show. And thank you to everyone in the chat. Nice to see you, Craig, Jordan, Bargav, everyone new who subscribed. And my channel is called Miss Melina. I do Arsenal and some FPL content. I did a FPL stream earlier today on another channel. So I'm looking forward to the rest of our content and the rest of the transfer window as well. This was a great stream, Tony.
Yeah, great stream, Miss Melina. Thank you for coming. You know what? Yeah, guys, I've told you she's more than my friend. She's more like a partner to me here on this channel. She really helps me whenever I need her to come around here. She's the one I call to whenever I need support to just help me out in doing things and how I should take things and how I should do things in a way backstage. She's the one I talk to. She's always that backbone I could always rely on every time. Miss Melina, thank you for always being that backbone and supporting system for me on this in this niche. It's a kill throat niche. It's not really like how people see it. There are many people that might smile with you, but truthfully, they don't mean that. They don't have good intentions towards you. Miss Melina is that type that would smile with you, and she means good for you. She means, she wants you to grow, particularly. So, Miss Melina, thank you very much for coming to the show. It's a pleasure having you. And respect to you more. And hey, Wilson, my new friend, you know what? Yeah, when I linked up with this guy on Instagram, yeah, I just knew the connection was just there. I just knew that me and this guy would do things together. See, yeah, Wilson, it's nice you could make your debut today. And again,
Absolutely.
you're the first person to make your debut on 2 shows on my channel. You've got into the record books
I
of
know.
my channel.
That's mad. That's mad. And I have to say, I feel like my presence has made the difference as well. My presence
Yeah,
has
true.
made the difference.
Mm,
Like I'm buzzing about the North London derby result. So
exactly. So
happy
that
about it. We were
excitement.
absolutely superb. We deserve to be 8 points clear. We deserve to be top of the table. Now we got to like keep going for the rest of the season. Keep it moving.
Keep it moving, guys. See, on that note, we'll be signing out. So catch me tomorrow for good. See, yeah, it's a stacked week because we'll be doing lots of stuff to, give us a little bit of an appetizer down there for that game we have against Manchester United. So I might be doing a watch along with that game that I think Man City have a game in midweek, right? I think against
Who they
Tottenham
got?
Spurs. I think
Yeah,
they have
Tottenham.
Spurs in midweek. Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
I might be doing a watch along. So, if anyone wants to pop in the evening, you can pop in if you like. Miss Melina, I know you might be tired when you come back from work and you might be sleeping. So, but if your eyes is still open and you wanna, come talk a little bit before you can go to bed, you know where to come to. I'll be doing a watch along for that Man City match during the midweek, or if they have any match during the midweek. And of course, it would be nice for you to come around because I would like to pair you and Wilson with on Monday on Mudryk who will be coming. On Monday is your very good friend, Miss Melina. He has lots of good things to say about
Mm.
you. And I need not to remind you when you were, a little bit not feeling fine. On
Yeah,
Monday was part
Mm.
of that crew that was always
yeah.
there, and that's my big
They
respect
are.
for him.
They're although they're Man United fans, they're very good people. They have good hearts, good natured
Yeah,
people.
yeah.
They
He
are.
stood by you too. Most times too. I saw him release some campaigns too about you too, both on Twitter and both on Instagram. Classy human being. So it'd be nice for me to bring him down here, and we
Mm.
can have a little bit of a nickel with all of us down here. And again, the football capital. He's not an easy guy. He's a mouthy guy. He's a cool guy, but he's a mouthy guy when it comes to Manchester United. Something like Deji Sports, but a little bit like, more classier, kind of,
Mm.
kind of classier one with his wordings. He wouldn't say that Manchester United will win the Champions League and the Premiership together. That's what I
Oh
mean by classy.
man.
Yeah, but Deji Sports would just say they would win the Champions League and they would win the
Mm.
Premiership. Deji Sports was supposed to come to the show today, but I think he's hiding somewhere. Deji Sports is a Tottenham Hotspur fan. We have a legendary show here on my channel here, The
Mm.
Minority Report. So, but
Mm.
I think he's gone into hiding. So I will catch him on
I
Thursday.
think he's
Miss Mel
heartbroken.
is
He's
heartbroken.
heartbroken, right?
Miss
He's
Melina, if
heartbroken
you're
now.
back from work that day, see, it would be nice for you to pop in
Oh,
and
these
see.
United fans. You know
Let's
how
dress this guy down.
comfortable these United fans have. I don't know. They're on some next level confidence, and rightfully
Yeah,
so. They're playing well,
but
so
rightfully
we
so.
have to
Mm.
give them
Yeah.
credit. So
So it's meant for us to go in there at the Emirates and bust your bubble. That's why
yeah,
they're coming to our home. So let's
Mm.
do it. Come on, you goodness. See, yeah, big ups everyone, Miss Melina. Thank you, Wilson. Thank you very
thank
much.
you.
And see you
Bye.
guys
Anytime.
tomorrow for Gooners and Mags, 8 o'clock tomorrow.
Take care, everyone. Like the
Take care,
video.
everyone.
Bye.
Take care, guys. Bye.
Bye. Take care.